My name is Heather, and welcome to another episode of Season 3 of Cover to Cover Canva Edition, my series where I share my process with you creating a children's book using Canva elements. I'll include my copyright reminder here. And remember, this isn't a tutorial, it's just me sharing my design process with you. So if you'd like more step-by-step instructions, I have a course where I walk you through creating a children's book from start to finish. And I also have some YouTube tutorials, and I'll link all of those in the description below. I have Kara's book pulled up here. And last episode, we did the scene with Logan and Grandpa, and they were looking at a polar bear and there was a seal. Then off camera, I did the next 2 pages where Logan notices some reindeer footprints. And I made this pretty simple because the scene itself is pretty much the same. They just walked a few more steps, so the background would be the same and everything would look the same. So I didn't want it to look too repetitive. So what I ended up doing was that I zoomed in to Logan and Grandpa, and then I put a bubble around them. And then in the white space, out here, I put the prints of the reindeer. And then after Grandpa told him that those were reindeer prints, Logan says, "Wow, you really do live close to the North Pole." So since he said that, I thought it would be cute to have Santa with his reindeer up here in the picture. So let's go ahead and move on to the next page. This one says, on the second day, they have a blast building snowmen. Then Logan challenges Grandpa to a snowball fight. "You'll never hit me," he shouts, ducking behind the tallest one. Their cheeks turn red, so they go in for Grandma's hot cocoa. There's a lot of things happening here, and I think the part where their cheeks turn red and they go in for the hot cocoa, that could definitely just be its own scene. And then everything else is outside in the snow. So I'm going to duplicate this, and I'm just going to keep the last sentence here about the hot cocoa. And that is going to go on the next page. And this one, I'm going to remove that last sentence. So this will have everything else. So this one says that they build snowmen and that they have a snowball fight. So I think what we could do is have them in the snowball fight, and the snowmen can be kind of in the background because they already built them. So let's start by creating our background. And we can go up here and let's copy the same sky color. So I'll just click on the background and copy. And then I'll come down here and paste. And then we can grab some snow for the ground. This is the process that I usually like to go with. I like to go with biggest to smallest. So I like to do the background first because that's the biggest part of your scene. And then the larger elements and then the smaller elements. I'm going to have this up here, and I'm just going to press the letter R on my keyboard to bring up a rectangle, and I'll just fill the rest of the bottom in with that. And we could maybe add like another hill if there's one that would make sense. And let's add our snowmen. And remember, we want to match the art style. So we are going to have some shading, not really blended shading, but also not too flat of colors. This one might be good, or if there's one with a little more shading, it might be a little better. Oh, this one looks a lot like their style. Let's see if this artist has any more snowmen. So I'm going to hover over the snowman, click the 3 dots, and view more by that artist. And in here, I'll search for snowman. We have this one, but the style looks so different between the two. I'm not finding anything that looks like this same style, but one thing I think we could do is duplicate this and then change a little bit so it looks like a different snowman. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to take his hat off and his arms, and I'm going to do that using Choppy Crop. So I'm going to go over to my apps, and I'm going to find the Choppy Crop app and select this. And it's not working, so I think this must be vector. So I'm just going to copy it and I'll paste it down here. And then I'll use design to image to turn it into a raster image, so it's not vector anymore. So I'll go to design to image, and I'm going to make him nice and big so it'll be high quality. And I'm going to do convert to image. And I'll pick a transparent background, and I can even bring this up too if I want it to be even better quality. And I'm going to do page 13 and export. And now I'll drag this into my design. So now I can bring this back up here. And now this one is raster, so I can go to my choppy crop, and there he is. So now I can go ahead and crop him. And I'm going to take out his arms and the hat. Let's check it down here. I think it's pretty good. I could maybe fix up this little part a little bit. I think that looks good, and I'm just going to click Add to Design, and I'll go ahead and delete that duplicate. And now we have our snowman with no hat and no arms, so we can go ahead and make him look different than the other one. First of all, I'm going to flip him. I also want to change the color of the scarf, so I'm going to go to Edit, and I'll go to Adjust, and scroll down to Color Edit. And I'm going to grab this reddish color here. I think a green scarf is fun. And then let's actually duplicate this, and we'll just use the head without any adjustments. So I'm going to go to Edit, Adjust, and I'm going to do Reset Adjustments. And then I'll just crop that bottom part off. It's not quite working, so let's use Choppy Crop. So I'll just go to my apps, Choppy Crop, and I'll click Replace Current Image. So it uses this image. And I'm just going to cut the head out. That looks good, and I'll do Add to Design. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that one. And I'll flip this. And I'll just put that in place. Now let's go ahead and pick a new hat and some arms. I'm going to make him smaller. Maybe he'll be in the background or something. And let's go to Elements, and I'll search for winter hat. And I'm just going to look for some with a little bit of shading if there is one. This one's kind of cute. Let's see how this looks. Maybe we can put a little like poofy ball at the end too. I don't know what it would be called. Let's try poofy ball. No. Okay, maybe just like a cloud shape. Ooh, this might be good. Maybe we can just make it green so it matches the scarf. Let's go to Edit, Adjust, and I'll scroll down to Color Edit. There's a green. Let's make it a little darker. And it looks a little too grayish, so let's add some saturation. That looks cute. It does need a little bit of shading though, so one thing I could do is I'll duplicate it and make this one a little bit smaller. And then I'll take the one on the outside and I'll make it a little darker. So I'm going to go to Adjust, and the brightness, let's bring that down. I could maybe even do one more. Let's duplicate it again and make this one even smaller. And then we can make this one lighter. Now let's grab some branches for his arms. This looks like a good branch. And then I'll just move it underneath. Here's another one. And let's just grab some gloves that we can put on the ends of the branches. And now I'll put it on each arm. I think that's cute. Now we have two different snowmen. I wonder if I can put him up here, and then I'll just move the text. Now let's figure out where Logan and Grandpa are going to be. I know we have a picture of Logan here with snowballs, so that is perfect. And this is actually the second day, so he's not wearing the same outfit, but that's okay because it's a different day. So I'm going to copy this, and I'll bring it down here and paste it. Maybe I'll have him over here, and then Grandpa can be ducking behind this snowman. All I really need is his head sticking out, so maybe I'll copy this one, and I'll just use that head. So I'm going to paste this here. I'll do the background remover. And I'm just going to grab his head and maybe his shoulders. Let's flip this and put him behind the snowman. Let's see, how can we make him peeking out? Maybe we can add also some snowballs here to kind of hide him as well. I wonder if there's a pile of snowballs. This looks good. I'll just change the colors. I do think maybe he needs to flip around. So it looks like he's going to throw it at Grandpa, but then his eyes need to look that way also. So I'm just going to duplicate this, and I'm going to crop it so that I only have his eyes. Actually, I'll get just one eye because I don't want the nose. And then I'm just going to flip it, and let's see if we can use this for the eye. Now it looks like he's looking at Grandpa. So I'll grab these and group them. I actually kind of feel like I might want to move these over a bit, and I'll end up cutting off the snowman's other glove, but I just feel like it looks more natural this way because when he's all the way inside the boundaries of the picture, it just looks too contrived. Like you need some things to be kind of cut off on the edges, like some of the bigger things. Now, one more thing, where the snowman and Logan are on the ground, I think we need a little kind of wiggly line, like this little wiggly line here. It really shows that they're kind of sitting on the ground. So I'm going to go to the elements and I'm going to search for wavy line. Oh, this one looks nice. And I'm going to make it that gray color. And then I'll put it right here. So it really looks like he's sitting in the snow there. Now I just need to find a couple more. This one looks really nice. I use that one for Logan. And then we could also use one right underneath this snowman. Let's add some snow in the background. I'm going to make a copy and then I'll just rotate it so it doesn't look too repetitive. And I'm going to avoid putting it over the text because that's going to make the text hard to read. One thing I would like to add is that she is going to have this page in the back of the book that talks about the different animal tracks and what they look like. And we thought it would be cool to have these within the pictures in the book. So we can pick one of these to put the tracks in the snow. I think the snowy owl is really cute. Maybe we can do him. So I'm going to ungroup this so I can grab those tracks. And then I'll go back up. And then I'm going to make them that shadow color that we have right here, the gray. And I would like to crop it so that we have just the one. That way we can stagger them a little better. So now I'm just going to make copies. Maybe they should be a little smaller though. Maybe we should put them kind of in the middle because I feel like this middle part is really empty. Now let's go ahead and do the next page. So they go in for Grandma's hot cocoa. And for this one, since we have a full page on the page beforehand, I think for this one we can just do a little scene in a bubble. So we can just have both of them drinking their hot cocoa. We could maybe use this same pose of Grandpa, and I'll just paste it here, and I'll crop it and flip it, because we'll probably have him kind of cut off on the bottom anyways, so you won't really see the rest of it. And then we can just have some hot cocoa like sitting at the table with him. And then we'll just need Logan. So he's wearing that green and purple sweater there. Let's see, do we have anything else in that same sweater? And we don't. This is one of her other Logan books, Logan Digs the Beach. So I think I just want his head with the hair here. So I'm going to copy that and I'll come over here and paste it. And then I'm going to flip him. I'll just crop off the rest. I'm going to use Choppy Crop so that I can get his shoulders out of there. And then I think it'll be a lot easier to put his head on top of a sweater. Let's use this body. And we're just going to have his shoulders showing. I'm just going to go to Choppy Crop and keep only the outfit here. I think this could work. So I'm going to group those. And then let's have a little table between them. Let's find a background for the kitchen. So I'm going to search for wallpaper. Ooh, this one's cute. And we are going to have them in a little bubble. So let's find one that we can put around them. And since Canva frames can only frame a single element, I have some frames that I made that can frame multiple elements because you actually overlay it on top of your scene. So that's what I'm going to use for this one. So let's grab this and I'll just make it bigger. And now we can just add some hot cocoa sitting on the table. Oh, that's cute. It's kind of at the wrong angle though. That one's cute. Let's see if there's another one from the same artist. Here's a green one. And it did say their cheeks got rosy. So let's search for pink color. See if there's like a little spot of pink like this. We could put it on their cheeks. Oh yeah, that's cute. And maybe I'll just make it a little bit lighter, yeah. And let's do a plate of cookies. I think that works. Let's just put some shadows here. I'm going to put this under the cup. And now I think we are ready to preview this in Simplebooklet. So let's go to Share, See All, Simplebooklet Flip, and I'm going to pick all pages and save. Here is our completed design. Here's our little snowball fight scene, which I think is really cute. And we have the scene of Grandpa and Logan drinking their hot cocoa. Although I just realized I probably need to put chairs in here. But I will just add that off camera and you can see what it looks like in the next episode. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. And if you think there's anything I should change, let me know in the comments what you would do. And if you're working on your own children's book, join my creativity club on Facebook, where we encourage and support each other and help each other to reach our goals. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments, or as always, you can email me at heather@heathercash.com. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe so I know to make more videos like this. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.